We take raw matter and bend it to our will. We are Homo Faber, the creator who conquered the physical, impersonal world. We engineer monumental architecture out of the dirt, stacking stone and glass into spires that pierce the sky. We calculated orbital trajectories to plant a flag in the lunar dust. In 30,000 years, we went from shaping flint to escaping the atmosphere. Yet the same species that can navigate the cosmos remains remarkably incompetent at navigating a dinner conversation. We struggle to sustain a marriage or manage the simplest interpersonal friction. This friction exists because we approach our biology like a construction project. We apply a mechanized logic to our fluid, unpredictable instincts. By attempting to engineer our inner lives using artificial dogmas, we build a psychological cage. We are trapped inside a structure that our own biology cannot inhabit. In the animal kingdom, reproduction is functional. A flower blooming or an animal mating operates entirely without the weight of existential dread. Humans, however, are compulsive artists. We took a simple biological drive and turned it into eroticism, an artificial performance governed by a complex maze of cultural rules. Once an instinct becomes an art form, we begin to score it. This artifice creates a cultural straitjacket, where we measure human worth against specific performance metrics like penetrative dominance. Pressure mounts when rigid expectations demand flawless performance. If the body falters, anxiety spikes, feeding back into the next attempt with more intensity. This loop eventually overrides the physical drive entirely. The mechanism shuts down, suffocated by an artificial score. By overcomplicating a basic function with these manufactured metrics, we strip away the actual joy of the act. We have successfully engineered our own misery. We attempt to manage social chaos by turning connection into a universal mandate. We try to codify action, ordering ourselves to love thy neighbor as if it were a legal requirement. José Ortega y Gasset viewed this differently. He argued true love functions with selectivity, determining who we pull close and who we keep distant. Love is a fatalism. It flares up spontaneously, remaining entirely outside the reach of human will or divine commandment. Mandating universal love forces us to suppress our other passions. We treat hate as a purely destructive defect, rather than a natural emotional boundary. We must distinguish hate from envy. Envy is a useless, paralyzing force, but hate can act as a highly creative mechanism for self-definition. The novelist Émile Zola used his hatred of cowardice and hypocrisy as the specific fuel for his critical work. Victor Hugo's monumental creative output was powered by a blistering hatred of oppression. His anger gave his work its protective, defining boundaries. Our artificial moral frameworks force us to perform an impossible, universal affection, while we bury the very passions that define who we are. Our hardware is the problem. The neocortex evolved to manipulate tools, not the emotional states of thousands. We are wired to coexist in groups of 70. When the social web hits millions, we reach system overload, retreating into rigid dogmas. This cognitive retreat leads to cojuggenia, the massive accumulation of human stupidity that occurs when we try to force our small-scale biology into a globalized network. We face a slow suffocation, drowning under the weight of unmanageable artificial systems that we no longer have the bandwidth to navigate. Like these dinosaurs who blindly consumed their environment until it became lethal to them, we are poisoning our own atmosphere with the toxic byproducts of our artifice. Survival depends on abandoning the fiction of the master builder. We must accept the messy, finite limits of our emotional biology before our own structures crush us.